Good morning and welcome back to the DZMC Gaming Channel, everyone. We're about to jump into our game with Goldeneye. And this, I believe, is where he's pivoting to a KJF. Kind of surprised me a little bit yesterday. It pivoted. So something I have to be concerned about. Let's see what he did. Didn't do any combat. Two infantry, two artilleries, two transports, and two subs. Not enough. If you're going to do this, unless this was a bluff, but I don't think it is. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Jeez. If it's a bluff, it's a good one. Um, but if it's not a bluff, you gotta commit. Two subs is not enough. Japanese will be able to deal with the British here. You have to make it difficult for them. Hold on, honey. Okay, so I'm back there. I had to pause for a second. My daughter was checking out the game. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, I think this isn't enough, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can make it work. But that's going to allow Germany to have fun here. Lots of fun. Oh, look. Okay. So he didn't do anything there. He mobilized here. Okay. And again with the artilleries. You're buying too many artilleries, Russia, if I can give you some advice. Too much. You're wasting. That's how many artilleries do you have? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus you built three more. That's 17 artilleries. That's 17 IPC that you could have bought infantry with. That's an extra 5 infantry. I mean, unless his plan is to rush me here, but it doesn't look like that's what he's doing. I mean, Japan has enough guys on the ground right now to repel anything like this, or even here. So Japan just has to worry about how to deal with this. So he can buy fleet and still put guys on the ground. Japan's going to be just fine. Um, so we're going to take this, this, this. So we're going to get back 6. We're currently at 31, so we'll get to 37. And it's kind of embarrassing, actually. I mean, I'm embarrassed that he didn't attack any of this. So I have all of these guys. So I can push everything forward. I can abandon France because of his lack of transports. I mean, I can just hit it all at once. This is very interesting. So I'm going to buy, if he's going to buy all artillery, I'll just buy all infantry. I'll do that all day long. That's what I'm going to do. And we are going to take this. And he's been getting crazy dice too, so that hasn't helped matters, actually. That's unusual. Normally he puts like 3 units there. What did he do for combat? So he lost 2 infantry. Yeah, he likes to move in threes. They took Novosibirsk. Okay. We're going to put a plane here. Actually, we're going to put 2 there. 2 here. 1 here. Actually, we don't even need the 1 there. We're going to use him. What do we want the most? We definitely want West Russia. So we'll put it here. We'll put all these guys here. Keep some tanks in Poland in case he does try to stack. We'll just tank up though. decide what to do with these guys in a minute. But everything, I mean, I could even stack France and just force him north, which I might do, because I can deal with north way easier than I could deal with a sort of a frontal push on the Atlantic Wall. I prefer to do it that way because it keeps me moving in the direction where I want to be going. So I'm sort of defending and attacking at the same time. All right, well, you know, it's funny. If he, there, a counter to this move too is the German Navy, but normally that's out of the question. But because he's pivoting like this and spending all of his resources down here, it actually makes sense for the Germans to actually spend some resources to prevent it. But we're not there yet. Um, yeah, anything he puts here, I can crush. So we'll try to defend France for a turn or two. We'll see, and then move everything this way. So that's going to be the turn. So let's do that. Make sure we got the right amount here. We do. Okay. Should win all of these battles. Oh, I think that's my wife calling in. Hang on a second. Let me pause it for a second. Sorry, it was a scam caller. I get about 5 of those a day. Probably everybody else too. All right. Okay. Of course. Why not continue your dice? I don't know. Maybe it sounds like I'm being bitter about that, but I don't know. People haven't commented. I'm asking them to comment what they think is going on here. But and I can't complain. I got some hitbacks too, but seems like he always hits back. Except there. Maybe not. Maybe it's just perception. I don't know. Still bitter about West Russia. That wasn't very good for the amount of troops I brought. 4 hits. That's not good. All right. We're gonna put. We're gonna preserve our artillery. Not like him. He's throwing his out there to be killed. Actually, there might be an opportunity for me to grab Caucasus. So instead of doing that, let's go this way. We'll sort of do the take one extra turn to decide. So we'll go sort of a central push, then we can pivot whatever which way works the best for us. Put this up there. Now we're gonna bring this guy over here. So we've got 4 guys here. He can attack with 4. So he's got no fighter support. So kind of like the Commander Slash game, he's using all of his fighters in the theater of operations, but not in the sea. He does have 2 that can attack. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 can attack this. So we'll put more there. Leave the anti-aircraft. We'll put 7 anti-aircraft there to repel that. And leave these 4 tanks here for now because we'll pivot them as we need them, if we need them. Sort of relieve some pressure maybe off Japan. I just realized he actually can't hit this with this tank. So if he wants to send 9 planes to kill this, or 10 planes, or what, 1, 2, 3, or 12 planes, go ahead. I just hope I hit back at least 2 or 3 times. That'll be painful. I want him to feel that pain. And if he doesn't do it, then we're going to consolidate all of our troops here. And we'll just repel anything. That's what Japan's job will be. It's not going to be to push Russia so much as it is to repel any engagements into China or northern Russia. Because we have to be careful of this too, because he could come in here and try to create a landing spot for his planes to hit C-Zone 61. And we don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. We don't want that. Not yet. We'll be able to deal with that soon, but we need another turn to deal with that potentiality. If he does come into here, we will hit it back. heavy. Oh, he's online. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good. All right. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. And we're just gonna put 12 infantry on the board. I think we're catching up though. I mean, he's got a high attack power because of all of his planes here, but he's gutless really. I mean, what's the score? 185 to, so he's still got a 30-point lead on me. But that's shrinking, right? He had like a 50-point lead at one point. But again, with all the planes, he's gutless. It's just planes. So I'm really curious how he handles that. He's going to continue north. Gonna make a play for Northwest Europe. Um, I don't know, but this British turn is going to dictate exactly how the game's going to go right here. This is going to dictate. He, basically, he's going to either go through with it, or I will call this bluff, and all it costs me is 4 subs. So let's let's pause it. We'll come back, and I'll go smoke a cigarette, and we'll see if he takes his turn. So I'll be right back. So I was outside smoking a cigarette. I was thinking that how I would approach this. Now he could destroyer block me here and build a fleet, but he can only build 3 ships. My guess is he'd probably build carriers. But I'll kill. I mean, he's going to need to build at least 1 destroyer. So 1 destroyer, 2 carriers. Such a flimsy fleet. So I'll kill his destroyer block with just a sub and planes. Keep doing that all day long. Um, so he raised, and I called him. Now it's up to him to either re-raise or check. So see what it does. The Americans checked. So on the 3-way bet, he raised, I called, they checked. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Feeling pretty good about Germany's uh, predicament. It was pretty dire there for a while. So I don't know when he had me on the ropes. All he had to do was go full KGF, and Germany was on the ropes. I mean, sure, Japan was coming, but nothing he couldn't deal with. Um, I question the wisdom of this move. It's exciting because this is my first real full KJF. God, get that confused. Um, but he's not using the Russians effectively on a KJF. I guess he really can't. But with just oh, he went offline again. Son of a gun. Okay. Well, he this is nothing. I can deal with that. So if he does go into Sea Zone 36 with the destroyer, I can kill it easily, quite easily. If he goes in there with all his fleet, sort of sacrifice his fleet in the hopes that he can hit me back with his planes, I won't even do that. I'm just going to I'll send my subs and my destroyers. I have 2 of them, along with some planes to kill it. I'll still maintain the bulk of my fleet, and I'll preserve it. So he can't even do that. And if he does a destroyer block and builds 3 ships, I can do this. Well, I can't. I can prepare by building more subs. Or I could do the calculations to figure out what it would take to kill it. and then just send the amount of ships that it would require to kill it. Again, trying to preserve the main thrust of my fleet, or the main bulk of my fleet, primarily battleships and aircraft carriers, if at all possible. So if he re-raises or he raises again and builds in Sea Zone 35, we'll have to check or call by building more fleet, and then we'll give him a turn. He'll never be able to outspend me. He's not going to be able to build a fleet bigger than mine. So as long as we don't let that happen and we continue to put guys into the mainland, we'll be okay. And then all the while, Germany will just gain strength as a monster by building infantry, lots of them. And then we'll pivot to artillery and tanks later on. Or maybe start building one or two tanks a turn, or maybe even a plane a turn. No, I think tanks are like cheap planes. They only move two, but they only cost six. So they're pretty flexible as an attacking unit and a defending unit. So I like tanks over planes, generally speaking. Uh, so he's offline. So I guess this is going to be a real quick episode. Um, I'm excited. We're having a hibachi dinner tonight, going out with my wife's cousins. That'd be fun. So I guess we'll call this a turn, and we'll post it real quick. And if you're new to the channel, hit the like button if you like what you see. Subscribe if you care to do so, and hit the notification bell. And we'll keep pumping these videos out. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Tell me what you think. Do you think his little gambit's going to pay off in the Pacific? Do you think it's not enough, like me? The two submarines, is sort of a token attempt to continue the bluff or the threat, but it's not enough. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that. Tell me what you think. And do you think that Germany has recovered from its early woes, and now is going to be seriously a serious threat in Europe? It will be if he doesn't address that real quick. So tell me what you think, and we'll come back and post Japan's round 5 turn once Goldeneye takes his turn. Thanks for coming by, everybody.